Hi, my name is Zola. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a nice feel-good Pilates workout for beginners or all levels. I am going to be using 2 pillows because we're going to be doing some kneeling, and I have a really bad knee, an injury I've had since I was a teenager. You probably don't need pillows for the kneeling exercises, but I do, just know that. But you will need a pillow for a little stretchy situation that we're going to do a little bit in the workout. So just grab a pillow that you can lie your head on. You don't need it in the beginning, but I'll let you know when you do. I'll be using these for the kneeling exercises. Let's begin, starting on all fours. So because I'm using pillows, they raise me off of the floor a little bit. I'm going to be using my mat rolled up just to lift my hands off of the floor a little bit. It's not as high as the knees, but you know, we make do with what we have. So make sure the knees are under the hips, the shoulders are above the wrists, and engage your abdominals. So just feel the belly button pull up towards the spine, and make sure you're not sinking in the back, right? So the tailbone should be pointing straight back, not down to the floor and not up to the ceiling. You want a nice long spine, a flat back here. Now let's go into some cat-cow. So start to inhale, curl your tailbone under, and look at your thighs. Drop the head, push the shoulder blades up to the ceiling. And from here, exhale, let it go. So let the belly button come down to the floor, arch the back, tailbone up to the ceiling, chest up, chin up. And again, inhale. Round the spine like a scared cat. And exhale, let that go, arch the back, lift the tailbone. And just do a few more of those. Inhale to round. Exhale to release. And inhale, round. Make sure you're using the core to move the spine. And exhale, release. Now let's break it down a little bit more. Come back to your flat back, your neutral spine. And from here, let's start from the tailbone. So only curl the tailbone under. We're going to move vertebra by vertebra to go into our cat. So now my middle back is going up to the ceiling. I'm really pulling my belly to my spine. My thoracic spine goes up to the ceiling. My head drops. And I'm really pushing the floor away. And again, starting from the tailbone, articulating the spine to go into your cow. So curl the tailbone upwards towards the ceiling. And try your best, one vertebra at a time, to go into your cow. Feels really good on the spine. Just waking the body up here. And from the tailbone, again, curl the tailbone under first. The head will be the last thing to come down. And from the tailbone again, arch the back, articulate the spine, head is the last thing to lift. Good, now from here, start to sit the hips back towards the heels. And then as you curl the tailbone under, bring your weight forward, back on to the hands. And then arch the back, sit your hips back to your heels. Then curl the tailbone under, come back to all fours. Let's do that one more time just because it feels good. Arch the back and sit the hips back to the heels. Curl the tailbone under, coming back to all fours. And find that flat back again. Going into some bird dog, let's start with the right leg reaching back. Flex the foot and let the toes just rest on the ground a little bit. Continue to hold the core nice and tight and push the floor away with the arms. And make sure your chin is not on the chest, but you're not lifting the chin up to the ceiling. You want a straight line from the tailbone to the top of the head. Now from here, start to lift that leg up behind you. Now try to make sure the toes are pointing straight down to the floor. Parallel positions like this are very hard for me. I'm used to that turnout. We don't want any turnout in that leg. We're firing up the back of the body. Now reach the left arm forward. So right leg back, left arm forward. Now the goal here is to keep the shoulders from twisting. So we want straight shoulders and straight hips. The hips aren't twisted up. We're just finding that straight line, fingertips to heel. Good. Put the hand down and put the knee down. And switch sides. So left leg reaches long behind you. I'm flexing the foot. I'm letting the toes rest on the floor for now, just to find the straightness of the hips. Now from here, lift that leg off of the floor without arching the back, and then try to reach the right arm long in front of you. Firing up the back side of the body, trying your best not to arch in any way in the low back, especially, but any part of the back. And then keep all 5 toes pointing straight down to the mat. Good, bring everything down and switch sides again. So right leg back, left arm reaches long. Good, find that length. Now we're just gonna tap the toes and the fingertips down and lift. Tap down and up, down and up. 2 more like this. Good, pause here. Point through the toes, don't turn the leg out. See how that feels different on your body. And then lower and lift the leg and arm again, 5 times. 5, 4, exhale to lift, inhale to lower. Good, pause here. 3, 2, 1, and bring it all down, switching sides. Left leg back, right arm reaches. Good, find that stability in the torso. And then tap the toes and the fingertips down. 5, 4, pelvis stays steady here. 3, 2, 1, hold here, point the toes, see if that feels any different in your body. Again, down and up with the arm and the leg. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it at the top and bring it all down. Good, sit your hips back to your heels. And if you need to shake your wrists out, feel free. I'm going to lengthen my mat back out. And if you don't have your pillow with you right now, go ahead and grab it. And let's lie on our side. I'm going to face you first. You can mirror me if you'd like. Let's do that. And go ahead and rest your head on the pillow. This is just gonna feel very nice. And your legs are at a 90-degree bend. Just keep in mind you want your knees to be even. So you don't want that top hip going too far back or too far forward. Make sure only your head is on your pillow. So no shoulders on the pillow, just the head. And both of your arms stretch long in front of you. Clasp your hands together. And you're gonna follow your eyes with your fingertips on your top arm, and then start to lift the arms up to the ceiling, and then begin to twist as far back as those knees stay together and even. So as soon as your top hip starts to go back with you, you've gone a little bit too far. Opening up the chest, breathing into the stretch. And then inhale, bring the arms up to the ceiling, the arm, and then exhale, bring it all the way down. Just a nice feel-good stretch for the body. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open it up. Maybe take a breath here, just because it feels good. Inhale, lift the arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, close the hands together. One more time like this. Lift up on an inhale. Exhale, twist. Whew. I need this. My spine's been so tight lately. Inhale, lift the arm. And exhale, bring it down. Let's place the top hand behind the head. We'll do the same thing. The stretch will feel a little bit different without the weight of the arm. So start to lift the eyes up to the ceiling and then twist the ribs back. Again, the hips stay still. The top knee and the bottom knee stay even. Stay here as long as you need to. You can always pause the video. It feels so good. And then inhale and exhale. One more like that. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open. Inhale, lift. And exhale, close. That feels so good. You can turn around. I'm going to continue to face you, so I'm going to just flip over here. 90-degree bend in those legs. Don't fall asleep on me. Good. From here, inhale and exhale, stretch back. This side's much tighter for me. Pay attention to how each side feels different in your body. Maybe you need to do a few extra on the side that's tighter. Inhale, exhale, open. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. Place the top hand behind your head. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Very tight. Inhale, exhale, close. One more like this. Inhale, exhale, twist. Inhale and exhale. That feels so good. Okay, you do not need your pillow anymore. So set that off to the side and let's lie down on our back. Now from here, make a goalpost with your arms, 90-degree bend of the elbows. Now wherever your fingertips land should be the top of your mat. So if you're too low or too high, scooch to where when you make a 90-degree bend, the fingertips are at the top of your mat. Once you're there, grab the corners of your mat. Now from here, feel like first of all, your feet are flat on the mat and your knees are together. Don't forget that. So squeeze the inner thighs. Feel like you're pulling that mat to the wall that's behind you. So really pull the mat. And from here, take an inhale and exhale. Let the mat lift your chest off of the floor. And then inhale to come down. And then again, exhale, lift that mat, pull that mat back and lift it up. And that's what lifts your upper body. And then bring it down. So the lengthening that you feel as you lift that mat and lift the chest is how every chest lift should feel. You want to feel that length in the back body as you lift with the chin away from the chest. Let's do one more of those. Keep the inner thighs squeezing, lift the chest. Now stay here, reach one arm forward, let go of the mat. Reach the other arm forward, let go of the mat. Maybe lift a little higher and then bring the arms and the chest down. Keep the arms down for a second. Lift the chest again. Feel the fingertips slide forward as the chest lifts. Keep the hands down. Once you're as far as you can go, then you can hover those arms. Now reach the left arm back by the ear. Don't drop the chest. Bring it forward. Reach the right arm back by the ear. Don't drop the chest. Bring it forward. Let the hands come down first. And then let the chest come down. Again, inhale for nothing. Exhale as you lift, the fingertips slide forward. Hover the arms. Reach the left arm back. Bring it forward. Reach the right arm back. Bring it forward. Good. Hands down, chest comes down, hands slide back. Good. Again, keep the hands down, fingertips slide forward to lift, hover the hands. This time, both arms reach back by the ears. Both arms come forward. Don't drop the chest as the arms reach back. And bring it forward. One more time, lift the arms. bring it forward. Good, hands come down, chest comes down, fingertips slide back. We do that one more time. So hands stay down, chest starts to lift, fingertips slide forward. Once you're as far as you can go, lift the arms, just hovering, and then reach them up and back. 3, 2, and 1. Reach the arms forward, hands come down, chest comes down. Good. From here, let's just hug the knees in and rock side to side, just for a little break. And then place the feet down again. From here, press the arms down by your sides. We're just going to do some marching, nice and simple. Now bring the right leg to tabletop and then bring it right back down. Now sometimes we wonder, why do a move that's so simple? But for some, it's not very easy to move the leg, the hip in the socket without moving the rest of the body, and that's what we're focusing on. So we're lifting the leg off of the floor without changing the spine, without changing the hips. Good, right leg up, right leg down, one more time. Left side up, and bring it down. Good, let's place the hands behind the head, stacking the palms one on top of the other. Let the hands come at the base of the skull. I'm using my hands to pull on the back of my neck to make the neck longer, and then lift. We do marching again. Right leg up. Same concept, even though my chest is lifted, I'm keeping my box, my torso, steady. And left. One more time each side. Right. And left. And then bring the head down. Switch which palm was on top behind your head. Again, lengthen the back of the neck with the hands and lift. You can let your head rest in your hands. Right leg up. And left leg up. And right leg up. And left leg up. One more time each side. And left. And bring it down. Again, switch which palm was on top. Lengthen the back of the neck and lift. Bring your legs to tabletop. Right leg down. A little bit harder, starting from an up position. Left leg down. And right leg down. And left leg down. One more time each side. And left toes tap. Good. Bring the feet down. Bring the chest down. One more time. Lift the chest. Bring the legs to tabletop. This time, both legs come down. Think of the thigh bone going away from the body. So I'm not just bending my knees. I'm keeping the bend in my knees the same as the thigh bones go away from the body. Maybe your toes tap the ground, maybe they don't. Mine sure don't, but that's okay, either way. As long as the pelvis is steady and the box stays square and steady. Let's do one more of those. Down. And up. Let's bring the feet down first. Head down. And let's stretch the arms and legs in opposition. Take a breath. Alrighty, place those hands behind the head again. And let's do some crisscross. So lift the chest up. Twist the ribs to the right, straighten the left leg, and hold. Make sure your pelvis is heavy on the ground. My pelvis kind of wanted to shift to the right as I twist it. Don't let that happen. And then twist to the left and hold. And twist to the right. And twist to the left. 4 more times. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bring your knees into the chest. One more time, lengthen the arms and legs in opposition because it feels nice. And let's do some extension. So flip over onto your stomach. Let's goal post our arms like we did earlier. So elbows at a 90-degree bend. And let's squeeze the legs together. Belly button pulls away from the floor. Shoulders glide down the back. Try to keep the legs together. Let's lift the chest. Long through the spine. Don't dump into the low back. And then bring it down. Let's add the breath. You inhale to lift. You exhale to come down. Inhale to lift. Can you squeeze the shoulder blades together? Can you squeeze your inner thighs together more? Reach the legs long. Exhale, bring it down. Again, inhale up. And exhale down. Good. Stack your palms. Place them under the head, under the forehead. And let's separate the legs about hip distance. From here, pull the belly away from the mat. Keep your chest down this time. Lift the legs off of the floor. Feel the backs of the legs fire up and then bring them down. I want you to think of lengthening the legs to lift them off of the mat. Thinking out to go up and then bring it down. One more like this. Now bring it down. Now for a little challenge, let's bring the inner thighs back together and then try to lift those legs off of the mat again. Maybe they don't go as high, and that's okay. Bring the legs down. Good. We're thinking of lifting the thigh bones off of the mat. Even if they don't lift, that's what we visualize. The thigh bones lifting off of the floor. And then bring it down. One more time like this. Feel the backs of the legs fire up to lift them off of the mat. Good. Find those goalpost arms again. We're going to do upper body and lower body. So, getting ready. Shoulders down the back. Legs together. Let's lift everything. Find length in the spine. Try to not dump into the back. And then bring it down. Again, lift everything. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Lift the chest. Try to get the thigh bones off of the mat. And then bring it down. One more time like that. Think of length to lift. Squeeze. Hold for a little longer. And then bring it all the way down. Let's push back to a child's pose. Hips to the heels. Arms stretch long. And then for my favorite thing, keep your forehead down. Grab your heels with your hands. And use that connection of the heels to the hands and round the spine. The spine. Feels really, really good. And then you can release that. Oh my goodness. Roll up through the spine. Let's go into side body, side legs. I'm going to start on the right side of my body, so I'm going to work the left leg first. You can either mirror me, or you can also do your left leg first. I'm in a shallow L, so the back of my body is lined up with the back of the mat. My heels are at the front of the mat. Let's lift that leg hip height and start with simple side kicks. I'm going to kick 2 times to the front. Kick, kick. I'm going to point my toes to stretch the leg back, 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 and try to not twist the upper body forward. Shoulders are stacked. Hips stay stacked. Lengthen to go to the back. Good. Press into that top hand. Pull the belly button to the spine. Front, front. And sweep that leg back. Front, front. And back. Bring the top leg over the bottom. Let's flex that top foot. Externally rotate from the hip socket, so all 5 toes point up to the ceiling. Good. Internally rotate so they point down to the floor as much as you can. I hardly have any internal rotation. Dance for life. Externally rotate and internally rotate. It's good to have external and internal rotation strength. Good. Externally rotate. Internal. One more time. External and internal. Let's turn the leg out so all 5 toes point up to the ceiling. Point the toes to lift, flex to lower. Point to lift, flex to lower. Up and up. Up. Let's do 5 more of those. Squeeze as you come down. So you control the lift, you control the lower. 2 more times. Up and down. Up and down. Back to your parallel position. So all 5 toes, all 10 toes point forward. So circle the leg. Circle and circle. We're doing 10 this direction. 8, 9, and 10. Reverse the circles. 10 in the other direction. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do hot potato. Turn the leg out. Bring the leg forward in front of your toes. Tap the heel 5 times. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big lift. Point the toes to the back, so towards the heel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big lift. 4 times. Tap 4, 3, 2, 1. Big lift. Tap 4, 3, 2, 1. Big lift. 3, 2, 1. Lift. And 3, 2, 1. Lift. 2 times. 1, 2, up. And 1, 2, up. Now 1 tap, 1 lift, 1 tap, 1 lift. 1 more time each side. And lift, tap, and lift. Good. Bring that leg down. Bend your knees 90 degrees. We do clamshell. So open and close right away, getting right into it. Just 3 more of these. 3. Keep that top hip steady. If you need to hold that hip in place, feel free to do so. Good. Bring your toes up to the ceiling. 5 more clamshell with the toes or the feet lifted off of the floor. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Internally rotate the top leg. Toes to toes. Knee to knee. Toes to toes. Knee, toe. Knees and toes and knees and toes. 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Close the leg. Pause here. Flex both feet. Lift that top thigh. Stretch that leg. We're lifting 10 times. 10 and 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. A lot of outer thighs, but we love it. Lie on your back. We're not going to go to the second side right away. It's going to feel funky because this left side, or whatever side you did first, is very engaged, but we're going to go into shoulder bridge right now. So bring the knees and the feet together and place your hands or your palms on top of your thighs. The arms are nice and straight. If this is uncomfortable for you, once you start doing it, just place your arms flat on the floor, and that's totally okay. But let's try with the palms on the thighs. Start to curl the tailbone under and lift the hips off of the mat. You'll feel the gap between the arms and the hips and thighs start to close. And then from the sternum, roll it down. Sternum first, ribs, waist, hips. And we do that again. Close the gap between the hips and the arms, but articulate the spine, right? Push into the floor with the feet. Try to keep the inner thighs squeezing together. Now pause here at the top. Reach the arms back this time. Roll the spine down with the arms reaching back. It feels really nice. Oof. Once the hips are down, place the palms back on the thighs. Curl the tailbone under, articulate the spine, close the gap, keep the thighs squeezing, reach the arms back. Push into the feet first to lift a little higher, and then roll down from the sternum first, the ribs, the waist, the hips. Let's do that one more time. Curl the tailbone under, roll the hips up. Good, reach the arms back. Maybe lift a little bit higher, push into both feet evenly. Now roll it down, sternum, ribs, waist, hips, and bring the arms down. Good, let's bring the arms down to the mat. Let's separate the feet hip distance this time. Good, roll the spine up to the ceiling, reach the arms up to the ceiling once. There. Now, lift that right leg to tabletop and bring it down. Whew, switch sides, left side up and bring it down. Now the hard part is not dropping the opposite hip as the leg comes up. Bring it up and down. If you need to keep your arms on the mat, feel free. This adds a little challenge, reaching them up to the ceiling. Once your left foot is down, bring the arms down and roll the spine down. Hug your knees to your chest. And let's do the other side of your side lying legs. So I'm going to continue to face you. And from here, lift that top leg, side kicks. Let me make sure I have space behind me to kick. I'll move my pillows. I was definitely going to kick those. Lift that leg hip height, kick to the front, and point the toes to stretch to the back. And kick to the front. And lengthen to get to the back. And again, front. Now, can you feel your top glute reaching that leg back? Fire up the back of the leg. Front. And point to go back. One more time, front. And stretch it to go back. Bring the top leg over the bottom, flex the feet. Externally rotate, so toes up. Make sure it's happening from the hip socket, toes down. Not just my foot turning up and down. It's from the hip socket. Good. Toes up and toes down. Up and down and up. Last one and down. Externally rotate, point to lift, flex to lower. Point to lift, think out to go up and out to go down. Maybe your top leg gets longer than the bottom. Up and 5. Squeeze to come down like you're moving through mud or quicksand. And 2. And 1. Good. Parallel legs. Make circles. So 10, 9, 8. Just medium-sized circles, dinner plate-sized circles. Let's go the other way. Breathe through it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Turn the toes, turn the toes back up to the ceiling. Bring it forward, tap 5 times. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big lift, point the toes. Take it back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big lift. 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. 3, 2, 1. Lift. 3, 2, 1. Lift. 2 times. 2 and up and 2 and up. Single, down and up and down. One more time. Down and up and down and up. Beautiful. Bring it down. Bend your knees 90 degrees. Right away, clamshell. Open that top knee and close. Hip stays right where it is. Just open the leg. So we're really working the outer thigh, outer hip. 2 more. And 1. Same thing with the toes up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Toes down. Internal rotation, so the toes go up to the ceiling. And now the toes tap each other. So knee to knee and toe to toe. Knee to knee and toe to toe. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring it down. Good. Flex both of your feet. Lift that top thigh. Stretch the leg, a 90-degree Angle. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bring it down. Woo! Not easy. You can pound it out. Let's do a little stretch. Why not? So go onto your back and let's find a figure 4 stretch. So both feet are down. Cross the right ankle over the left knee. And you can either stay here, push the knee away. If you want to get deeper, bring that thigh to the chest. Good, switch sides. So either stay here with the ankle crossed and push the leg away, or bring the opposite thigh to the chest. Good, uncross the legs, come on up, and let's stand up. Okay, so we're standing nice and tall in a Pilates V. So your heels are together and your toes are separated about 6 inches apart. And we're stacking our arms like a genie. Press the top arm into the bottom and the bottom arm into the top. Keep the heels together as you lift the heels off of the mat. Now, all 10 toes should stay on the mat as you do this. So only lift as high as you can keep the entire ball of the foot on the floor. Now, as a dancer, it's very tempting to lift really high and sit in those joints and let like the pinky ball of the foot come off of the mat. We don't want that. We want weight even across the ball of the foot. It's less satisfying, but you're not sinking into your joints when you do it this way, and you're actually working your muscles. So lift straight up and straight down. Keep the heels glued. Squeeze and lift. I lost count. Let's just do 3 more in this position. 2 and 1. And we're going to find a parallel position. So separate the heels and just make sure all 10 toes point forward. And same thing, we're lifting the heels, but we're keeping the whole ball of the foot on the mat. Good. And lift up and down. Good. Squeeze. 4 and 5. Let's do 5 more of these. 5 and 4. Belly button to spine. 2. Now let's stay lifted here and just hold. 3, 2, 1. Heels down with control. Press them down. Good. From here, just roll down. Let the arms be heavy, let the head be heavy. Articulate the spine. Keep a slight bend in the knees. And then from here, bend the knees a little bit more. Roll your body up. Your head will be the last thing to come up until you're standing nice and tall. And that's it for your workout. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, my name is Zola. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave any comments or questions that you have, and I will see you next time.